today I'm going to be covering the first episode of Season 2 of My Hero Academia, and I haven't read the manga, so it's going to be quite a raw review because obviously some people may have read the manga and seen the anime, but I'm only watching the anime so far. I'm gonna catch up on the manga after this season is over though. But yeah, I'm not gonna be jumping into the manga just yet. So let's get right into it, shall we? Well, we get a nice kind of like recap throughout the entire episode, which is really nice. I mean, obviously if you haven't seen the first season, then you can go right into this episode and still kind of know what's going on. But if that isn't enough, there is a whole recap episode that was released like a few days before this one, so you should be good to go like regardless. Okay, so the villains who were caught weren't officially registered apparently, so that's why their quirks weren't really known. All Might then explains that that ringleader of the villains, whatever he's called, gave off vibes of a child. He's obviously a grown-up, but he seems to have a sort of childish sense of omnipotence, seeing as he thought everything would go his way and whatever it didn't, he got really upset. And of course the principal and All Might fear what might happen if someone were to actually help him grow out of that childish way, because if he does, there's a good chance he'll be much stronger and much more capable than he was during this attack that we had at the end of the first season. So later on in the episode, the students wonder who their teacher will be in the classroom, and since Aizawa is like injured and whatnot, but even so, as the door opens, Aizawa opens up and steps into the classroom all bandaged up. A very funny scene if I must say so myself. He then announces the UA Sports Festival, which is basically a more modern form of the Olympic Games in this universe, which of course is kind of made for people with quirks and whatnot. Also because the population of this world has apparently dropped a bit, so the original Olympic Games don't really work as it used to anymore. And we get information that this festival is a great way and potentially the primary reason for hero agencies to spot new talents, so obviously for heroes who wish to do it for the money, I guess, and just have a simple way of being a hero, this is a really good thing for them. Uraraka then goes all soccer mom except on herself and makes it clear to everyone that she's going to be doing really well in this festival, and she looks crazy, like properly psycho. Another reason why Uraraka is my favorite girl in this anime. So Izuku and All Might, like earlier on in this episode, they talk about the length which All Might can stay in his muscle form, and we find out that it's now down to like 1.5 hours, while it was like at least twice that before, possibly even more. I can't quite remember what the length of it was before. I think it was like 3 hours or 6 hours, something like that. Izuku can still not control his power though, so even though he may need to step up to the plate soon, he's not quite where he needs to be. Like the only time he had control was when he attempted to attack a living person when the villains attacked, in order to protect All Might. And apparently his subconscious calibrated the power in his punch so that it wouldn't give him the huge backlash that it always gives him otherwise. Probably to not kill this person. So there's progress there, I guess, but yeah, nothing big. I imagine by the end of this season he might have more control, but I'll just have to wait and see, I guess. I mean, I haven't actually read a manga, as I said, so some people watching this may know more than I do. Another thing that's brought about is the fact that All Might wrote a letter to his old master, supposedly the guy who gave him the ability, and he tells him that he's passed on the power onto Izuku and that he does not regret it one single bit, which is, I guess that's good. And then he rants on about that he's not the most experienced teacher despite how good he may be on the field, and that his teacher may be needed soon or something like that, so I guess we'll be seeing him soon maybe. The biggest part about this episode though, at least for me, was when Uraraka confessed why she wants to become a hero. She wants to earn money, bluntly put. And it is then further explained that her family's construction company is doing really badly, and if she could just make money, things would be much easier for both her and her family. We also get a flashback where she, as a kid, tells her dad that she wants to help her dad work when she has grown up, but her dad then gets on his knees and tells the young Uraraka that he wants her to follow her own path and achieve her own dreams instead of being hung up on her parents' problems. Let's just say that if I could shed tears to anime, I probably would have done it here, but I can't, unfortunately. Well, for being the first episode of its season, I'd say this episode was actually really good. I mean, we basically got to know about what the season of this anime is going to be about, which is of course the sports festival, and also some backstory for Uraraka. I just hope the rest is equally good, and I have no doubt that it will be. So I'm gonna have to give this either a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. I mean, the recap wasn't really necessary, since we had a whole recap episode before this. That's probably the only thing that wasn't really needed, but at the same time, it's not really bad. Well, I'll be ending the video here. I'll be covering the Attack on Titan episode tomorrow. I might upload my Fairy Tail prediction tomorrow as well, but worst case scenario, it'll be up on Tuesday, so no worries. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comments, and as always, if you did, please like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you wish to see more of my content. This has been your favorite host, the Weeaboo Supreme, Perm, and I'll see you soon.